Hey, what's up, everybody? I thought I would just take a minute and work out exercise 3.19. I've had a lot of questions on this one from people. And so it gives us this percent growth for Corning supplies year over year. We can see it grew 5.5% in the first year, 1.1% in the second year, went down 3.5%, down 1.1%, and then up 1.8%. So here's our percent growth. And we can't just use equals average to find a regular mean, because with growth rates like this, um, they compound upon each other year after year. So instead, we have to use the geometric mean. But we can't just use geometric mean directly with these percent growth numbers, because we can't use negatives in the geometric mean function in Excel. So instead, what we have to do is first convert this percent growth into a growth factor. And we do that simply by taking, we take 1 plus our percent growth times 0.01. And that's going to give us our growth factor. And then we can use the fill tool. And so we're just doing that to each one of them. In essence, what it does is it expresses our percent growth as a factor related to 1. Okay, so anything that's below 1 would be negative growth, and anything above 1 would be positive growth. Then we can use the geomean function equals geomean, highlight those growth factors, and that's going to give us a geometric mean of all of those growth factors. But we can't put that number in for our answer because it's asking for our answer in percentages. So now we just have to use algebra, in essence, to convert this growth factor back into a percent. Okay, so I'm just going to put percent growth. So to convert that back, remember, when we converted from percent growth to growth factor, we took 1 plus that percent growth and then times 0.01. So we just do the opposite of that to convert it back, which is to take 1, or we're going to take our growth factor there minus 1, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. And that gives us our percent growth, 0.715195. So I think it wants 4 decimal places. So instead of guessing on the rounding, I'll have, where's my number? There it is. I'll have Excel do that for me, 0.7152. So our average growth during this period is 0.7152%, not quite, 1%. So we can check our work, make sure we're right. And we are. So one of the things that confused me about this problem when I started working it is I first started trying to do this the right way, putting these in as percents. So either instead of putting 5.5, putting 0.055, which is how 5.5% would be written in decimals, or by actually putting these in as percentages. Whoops, not dollars, percentages. So I did like 5.5%, 1.1%, minus 3.5%, minus 1.1, and 1.8. And that should work out great, but it doesn't, because Cengage, it wanted us to go to 4 decimals. And if I do 5.5, that's going to convert that actually in Excel to 0.055. So when I try to take it to 4 decimals, you can see it's way off here. And I end up with, when I convert that back, 0.0076. And so it screws things up. And so I don't like it. I think it's an issue with Cengage, but it wants these expressed when you're figuring this out, not as a percentage, but just as straight numbers. 5.5, 1.1, negative 3.5. I feel like it's penalizing me and you for using proper units. Anyway, so that's how you have to do it. You're going to do the percent growth in whole numbers, calculate the growth factor, take the geometric mean of the growth factor, and then convert that back into percent. Hope that was helpful. As always, if you have additional questions, put them down in the comments on this video. And like if there's another problem you need me to work out, I'll gladly do it. Or if you just have any other comments or questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them.